Welcome back to the Joe Silverback Show. This is a continuation of the question that some of the audience has been asking me in relationship to, to relationship, and how do we pair bond best, and how do we choose a mate best, and how do we start a family best. I'm going to refer you first of all, I'm going to make an assumption that the majority of you who are young enough, I'm talking about to that era, to that generation where you are wanting ultimately to start family together. If you don't have family together, it's another conversation. So I'm thinking about young couples and the foundation for good family life. If I haven't mentioned it already, or if you are not aware of this, there's the one of the books that, to me, it's really weather worn, and you'll see that I'm not somebody who... See the book there, Magical Child. Magical Child, and is one of the most important books I've read in relationship to the early years, and how to start off right with your child. The author, Joseph Chilton Pearce, did a lot of research on brain development, and he also did a lot of research on natural childbirth, breastfeeding, primitive cultures. He cites examples of Ugandan women carrying their children while working, carrying their pregnancies, squatting in the bushes, having a baby, putting it on, and going back to work. It's important read, also just from the standpoint of the primitive and what we can learn from earlier peoples and more primitive cultures, because we're a bunch of babies in civilized society. And when I say we, I'm including myself. We're just spoiled. It's just the nature of civilization. Civilization is designed to make things easier and make things comfortable. And comfort and ease is not always best. And comfort and ease is usually in relationship to physical comfort, but what does it bring with it? And Joseph Chilton Pearce's book Magical Child is a good example. You can't read that book and not come away realizing that we have all these luxuries and comforts in our first world, and we don't even know how to take care of children. We don't even know how to raise healthy babies. I'm going to tell you something, ladies, and men, that if you don't have it clear in your brain, there's no compromise to me when it comes to the first 3 years of child rearing life and the role of the mother with the infant, with her child. Men, if you don't have a woman who in here desires to be with her baby for at least the first 3 years of life, find somebody else. Women, if you don't know that about yourself, get yourself examined before you think about bringing a child into the world, because the role of the mother, this is nature's design. This is not Christianity. This is not Judaism. This is not Islam. This is not Hinduism. This is not indigenous cultural brainwashing. This is Mother Nature. This is the genetic material that we're evolved from. And that genetic material that we're evolved from is something that is so beautiful when it's done right, and so just like the rest of nature. So if you as a woman don't know how to embrace yourself as the womb bearer, you need to rethink having children. You need to go into nature. You need to study animal behavior, primitive behavior, primate behavior. You need to do something to connect to that. Secondly, you're very, very blessed because in your biology, you will connect to that. The design is amazing. I can't tell you how many women who I've talked with over the years who were afraid that they weren't going to be good mothers, but when they became pregnant, there's something that happens. And that something that happens to you women, not to us men. We can be envious, and we could wish that we could have what you have, but we can never have it. So you hold a power as the womb bearer, and you hold power as the mother that a man can never know and never understand. No matter how compassionate, loving, kind, and generous this man is, he can never be a woman. He can never be the womb bearer by nature, and he can never give. Hey, I got cut off there. So this is the continuation of the childbearing years, or the role of the mother in starting family life. So one of the things that nature has done is designed for a woman to be able to have a baby. And that design is something that is just evolved over a couple million years, I guess. And one of the deepest experiences of my life was watching my wife give birth, carry our child in the womb, blossom into motherhood through her pregnancy, because there's something that happens inside of a woman whereby all of her entire emotional, psychological, and physiological makeup is feeding this life that's growing inside of her. And the connection of the womb to the body, to the heart, is just so magnificent. Every woman should feel super blessed that you have this potential to carry life inside of you, because it is one of the most sacred and special and to be honored gifts that we have in life. The role of the mother, the power of the mother, the beauty of the mother, we bow down to that. We always have to bow down to that. You also, as a woman, have to bow down to that and come to understand that it is through becoming a mother that something is completed in you that the rest of us, learn from. I told you about my mentor telling me that he learned love from his wife. I tell you that I learned love from my wife, and I can tell you that there was nothing that came close, remotely close to this bond between mother and baby. Watching my wife breastfeed any one of our children, and watching that child look up into her eyes, there's not much that can be said to match that. With that sacred, blessed role in life, there's a responsibility that the woman has that really should be at the forefront of all healthy societies.